Hello, welcome to Critical Joke Theory with your host, G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist. Now with new joke technology. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist at large, but I'm losing weight. Welcome to Critical Joke Theory, episode 46. Now with new joke technology and open caption for the humor impaired. President Biden gave the State of the Union address. He laid out his plans for a Biden second term and the devil's terms for a Trump second term. The results for Super Tuesday are in, and they don't matter. Biden was always going to be the Democratic nominee, and Trump was always going to claim that he was the Republican nominee, no matter who won. Nikki Haley has suspended her campaign, taking her 92 delegates with her as she retreats to her lair, quietly wishing that somehow Trump winds up in jail or has a KFC-induced heart attack. With Haley bowing out, that leaves Donald Trump as the presumptive Republican nominee. President Biden has agreed to share daily briefings with Trump as the presumptive nominee. This could be the dumbest thing that Biden has done since his support for the Iraq War or his support for the bankruptcy bill. Trump owes nearly $500 million in fines and fees, not counting millions in lawyers' fees, not counting that he just lost another case overseas and has to put up hundreds of thousands of dollars as part of his settlement for losing the Steele dossier lawsuit. This man needs cash, and needs it bad. How much money can he get for fresh briefings on the Trump orange market? What Biden should do is give Trump presumptive daily briefs. After all, Trump isn't the actual Republican nominee. So don't give him actual intelligence. Give him assumptions and guesses. He won't know the difference, and even if he did, he would just say that he has the best intelligence. The Supreme Court has decided to keep Trump on the ballot in all 50 states and its territories. To all of those people who second-guessed me on TikTok, Representative Stefanik asked if we are better off than we were 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Trump was denying the seriousness of COVID and was telling people to drink bleach. The country was shutting down and we didn't have canned pet food. So, yes. So Senators Tim Scott and Katie Britt changed the question to, are you better off now than you were 3 years ago? 3 years ago, Biden was fighting to get vaccines in arms while anti-vaxxers were up in arms. People were dying from COVID and pet owners were disappearing because there was a shortage of pet food. Yes, we are better off. The GOP is trying to get us to forget that Trump had 4 years in office, not 3. And his 4th year was a fucking disaster that we're still trying to fix. Speaking of fixed, Mitch McConnell, seen here looking for his balls, has endorsed Donald Trump for president. Trump has all but totally humiliated McConnell and his wife Elaine Chao. What is it about conservative men that they can be publicly degraded and have their wives and families disrespected by Trump and they still endorse him? That is the real toxic masculinity. Former Trump CFO Alan Weissenberg pleads guilty to perjury. It looks like he'd rather stay in jail than go back to work for Trump. What kind of business is Trump running into the ground? Senator Kyrsten Sinema has dropped out of the Arizona Senate race to spend more time spending the money she earned as a corporate whore. Senator. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. The United States is urging Haiti's embattled Prime Minister Ariel Henry to clear the way for the election of a new president, a position vacant since 2021, amid growing pressure from armed rebels at home and governments abroad. Linda Thomas Greenfield, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, told reporters Wednesday that the U.S. government has asked Prime Minister Ariel Henry to move forward on a political process that will lead to the establishment of a presidential transitional council that will lead to elections. If that works, give her the $2 billion that Jared Kushner received in small, unmarked, non-sequential bills and send her to Israel to get Netanyahu to step down. Donald Trump cemented his control of the Republican National Committee on Friday after members formally voted to install his handpicked candidates, including his daughter-in-law, in top roles at the party. Michael Whatley, chair of the North Carolina Republican Party, has been named the new chair of the RNC, replacing Ronna McDaniel, who Trump pressured to vacate her post. While assembled for a hastily called meeting in Houston, the committee also installed Laura Trump, the former president's daughter-in-law and soon-to-be co-defendant number 3, and agreed by acclamation to consider Trump to be the party's nominee. Okay, it may be a little early to call her a co-defendant when she hasn't stolen the RNC's money yet, but it's coming. 2 attorneys for then-President Trump orchestrated a plan for fake electors to file paperwork falsely saying the Republicans won Wisconsin in a strategy to overturn Joe Biden's 2020 election there and in other swing states, according to a lawsuit settlement reached Monday that makes public months of texts and emails. Under the agreements, Kenneth Chesbrough and Jim Troupis turned over more than 1,400 pages of documents, emails, and text messages, along with photos and video, offering a detailed account of the scheme's origins in Wisconsin. I think Jack Smith and Fonnie Willis just orgasmed. Not together. That would result in another Georgia investigation. Day 1 of testimony in James Crumbley's trial was almost an instant replay of his wife's case, but it ended on a dramatic note, with the jury being sent home early and a visibly irritated Crumbley mouthing, quote, "No," unquote, emphatically to his lawyer. Turns out, Crumbley was caught making threatening statements on a jailhouse telephone and in electronic messages. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office confirmed to the Free Press late Thursday, noting, quote, his access to a phone or electronic messaging is now limited to communication with his lawyer, close quotes. Authorities did not disclose the nature of the threats or toward whom they were made. His case is getting more and more crumbly every day. Look, I'm getting tired, okay? Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, the Rust film armorer, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter Wednesday in a New Mexico trial stemming from the 2021 on-set fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, who was killed by a live round of ammunition fired from a prop gun that was held by actor Alec Baldwin. Gutierrez, who was responsible for firearm safety and storage on the movie set, was acquitted of a separate charge of evidence tampering, which was brought after prosecutors alleged she transferred a small bag of cocaine to someone else after a police interview on the day of the shooting on October 21st, 2021. The involuntary manslaughter charge carries up to 18 months in prison, a $5,000 fine, and she would have to work with Stephen Baldwin in one film. The judge did not set a sentencing date. France has become the first country in the world to make abortion a constitutional right. Like the old French high school cheer goes, un, deux, trois, quatre, she was pregnant and now she's not. Hitler-quoting candidate wins North Carolina Republican gubernatorial primary. Mark Robinson, who has a history of making controversial white supremacist-supporting, woman-hating comments, will face Democrat Josh Stein in what's expected to be a close race in November. Mark Robinson is the black guy. The black guy. And finally, Sweden has joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. Congratulations to Sweden and their Prime Minister, Ulf Kristersson. As they say in Sweden, bork, bork, bork. Hit like and subscribe if you saw that coming. I'm GD Fenderson, certified forensic humorist, now with New Joke Technology. Thank you for watching Critical Joke Theory. If you enjoyed it, please like and share it. And please check out Done Way Past Funny on YouTube, Knob TV, and Spark TV. And watch the Church of Last Resort streaming live on Sundays on YouTube at 9 a.m. Eastern. Be safe out there, and don't feed the crazies. Critical Joke Theory with your host, GD Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. Now with New Joke Technology.